Good day, guys. Today I'd like to talk to you about this specific blade right here. This is a diamond tooth blade. So it's not cheap. I paid $700 Canadian dollars for it. So if you live in the US, probably 35% cheaper. So yeah, it's $700. It's not a cheap blade, but it's really awesome. This is just a regular carbide tip general purpose blade. So most woodworkers, that's the blade they use. Some of them will put a blade with many tooths for crosscut and plywood and such. And then they'll use a more aggressive blade than that for ripping. But this blade here from Felder does everything, and it does everything so well. I've been using it for a month and a half now, and I'm absolutely impressed with it. So I'm going to cut some different types of wood, and I will show you the results. It's just absolutely astounding. Just give you a closer look here. So it's made by Felder. I'm not sure if there's other companies that make diamond tooth blades like that, but anyways, I bought this one at Felder. Alright guys, so this is hard maple here, so I'm going to do a rip cut. I'm just going to remove a 1/16 of an inch just so I don't waste that nice wood. So it's almost 2 inches thick, so let's try to do a rip cut on that. So it does a really nice cut. The thickness is just absolutely perfect all the way through. Cuts nice and square. The wood doesn't try to wander. It's just, as you can see in the video, it cuts through this just like butter. Alright guys, here's a up close look of the cut, the quality of the cut. And I don't really think the video can justify how much of a smooth cut this is. This feels like you've sanded it to 220 or 400 grit. It is that smooth. To me, if this would be a side of a table, I don't really think I would bother to even sand it. Maybe just use a piece of 400 grit just by hand, just to knock off the fizz, but it's really smooth. It's just absolutely incredible. So yes, the blade is expensive, but it saves you a lot of work on sanding. Okay, so we've seen what kind of a good job it does on a rip cut, so now let's do a cross cut. Again, it's the same piece of hard maple, almost 2 inches thick. Alright guys, as you can see again on the cross cut, this blade does not disappoint. You can see it cut this piece of hard maple just like butter, and it feels even smoother with the cross cut. This almost feels like it's been sanded to 600 grit. Look how perfect that is. Look at that, it even shines. That's how smooth that saw blade cuts. Alright, let's try different wood. Alright guys, let's try to cut a piece of 1/2 inch Baltic birch plywood. Alright guys, as you can see, really nice cut. Really nice clean cut. If I can focus here. Yeah, nothing wrong with that cut. Alright guys, so now we're going to try to cut some 5/8 melamine, and melamine is notorious for chipping out at the bottom. So I'm going to use my scoring blade. This all I'm doing here is I'm raising the height of the scoring blade, so it's going to score underneath to prevent chip out. But I will tell you that this diamond blade, I've tried it without the scoring blade, and it does a pretty darn good job. There's barely any chip out. You might see just a micro chip out here and there, that's it. But anyways, let's try to do it with the scoring blade and see how it does. Alright, nice clean cut on top. The camera can focus. Look at that cut. It's just absolutely beautiful. And here's the bottom. Looks really nice. Okay guys, let's try to do a cut without the scoring blade. Okay, this is the top. You can focus. Yeah, there's the bottom. I don't see any chip out there. Let's take a look at the other side here. Let's see the bottom on the other side. Yeah, I don't see any chip out, but I know if I cut a long piece and if I go pretty fast, I will get a few chip outs here and there, but they're very, very small. It's nothing compared to your regular multi-purpose saw blade. Alright guys, so now we're going to try to cut a plywood with an oak veneer. Now, if you have ever tried to cross cut, to cut an oak veneer against the grain, you'll know what I mean. It really tears out the fibers. It's just a terrible plywood to cut. So what I found is that when I cut oak veneer, only when I go against the grain, I make sure my scoring blade is on and up. And also my diamond blade, I make sure it's way up, because if it just protrudes a little bit off the plywood, I'll find that it will tear out the fibers. So I will just show you a cut like that. Alright guys, as you can see, the top is just absolutely beautiful. The side, well, you know, with the diamond blade there, it does not fail to impress, that's for sure. And the bottom might be a little bit of a fuzz, but nothing more than that, just a beautiful cut. Alright, so now we're going to cut with the grain, and I will show you that I don't need the scoring blade when I cut with the grain. Alright guys, sorry about that. I had to pick up the phone there. So yeah, so I've cut it with the diamond blade with the grain, and as you can see on top, there's no tear out on the veneer, and yeah, look at that, the bottom, just absolutely perfect. And again, that was without any scoring blade. Yeah, just absolutely beautiful, beautiful cut. Okay, let's try this time MDF. Well, nice cut on the MDF, so there's no surprise there. Alright, let's try 2-inch thick burr oak. So burr oak is a little bit harder than red oak. Look at that, you can see the shine on it a little bit. Yeah, really, really nice cut. Let's do a rip cut on burr oak. Let's see how that goes. Alright, so as you can see, it cut the burr oak just like butter. Look at that cut, look at that. Wow, if you could just feel this, it really feels like it's been sanded down to 220 grit or even higher. It's just absolutely flawless, the cut on that. I wonder if I could look into the light. This is a really, really nice cut. Alright guys, so I know this was quite the extensive review. We've cut you know, quite a bit of different material with it, and the reason I did that is because it's a really expensive blade. Like I said, I paid $700 Canadian dollars for that blade, and if you're interested in buying that blade, I wanted to show you, you know, everything that it does. Does it cut plywood? Does it cut melamine? You know, hardwood? And as you can see, it just cuts everything beautifully. So I'm so happy with this blade. This is the only blade that's going to stay on this saw. So yes, it was $700, but don't forget, those are not carbide tip, those are diamond tip. So as long as you don't hit a nail or a rock, this blade will last for a long, long time, because diamond is so hard. So of course it's not real diamond, it's man-made diamond, but anyways, you know, if you were thinking about buying a superior blade, I hope this video helped you out. Alright guys, so we will see you in the next video.